Hey, and welcome to my tutorial on how I use my Musify plugin action sets to create this beautiful image. This stock image comes to us from Adobe Stocks. It's available for download and purchasing from Adobe Stocks, and this is the image number you could search for when you get there. It comes in standard licenses and extended licenses, as well as more variations from the series. So basically I'm going to open the image in Photoshop just like it is now. It is on an isolated gray background layer, I would call it. To use this plugin, I would basically just leave it on a flat background layer. I do not have to duplicate it myself. I'm going to open my actions panel, and here goes Musify. I'm going to click play. Once it's finished playing, I'm going to have a duplicated layer of the background layer. I'm also going to have my Musify plugin layer. Within the Musify plugin layer, I have the brightness and contrast, pink and yellow, blue and aqua, purple and yellow, and blue and green layers. The one that I used for this example was the blue and green layer, which is one of my favorites. Up to you to pick and choose which one you would like to use. You could also make variations yourself by double clicking on the layer adjustments buttons here. As I said, I'm going to be using the blue-green thumbnail right here. This is the one I'm going to be using. I'm not going to use any other ones because this is my favorite, of course. Once you have that selected, you want to go ahead and duplicate this layer. I like to do this. You really don't have to, as you already duplicated, but I like to be extra safe in Photoshop. So once I have that layer selected, I'm going to select the Musify group layer, and I'm going to have my foreground set to white, and I'm going to select the ellipsis tool. I'm just going to create circles using the ellipsis tool, and then I'm going to duplicate it about 3 times. And I'm going to pull this one out to here. This one I'm going to pull out to here. And this one I'm going to pull out to here. There's no reason or rationale for why I place them where I place them. This is just where I like to have them. Resizing them too gives them a nice dynamic look. So just go ahead and resize some of them to fit into the image. This is a part that takes a little bit longer because I'm very tedious. This one is going to be a little smaller. Yeah, I think that's good. And finally, this one next to his head might make it a little bit more. Okay, that looks good. So with the one that's overlapping his head, I would like you to follow along because this might get a little tricky for the new beginners, but with this selected, okay, this is the one that you're going to be using. Make sure you remember it's this one. You're going to go down to the background copy layer, and again, this is on an isolated white and or gray background, light background. I'm going to use my magic wand tool. I'm going to select that side. It's going to create a clipping mask or clipping or marching ants around that segment of this layer. What you're then going to do is move your selection up to this layer, which is this circle. You're then going to go and add a layer mask on it, just like so. So doing that clips out that white that overextended over his shoulder and face, pushing it to the background. Now, when you do that, you might have areas that need to be filled in, like here on his shoulder. You're going to go ahead and use your brush to just go ahead and fill that area back in. Just like so. And this is on a layer mask, so if you go over, you know, you could always go back and remove your mistakes. Just like so. And there you have it. This I'm gonna work on just a little bit. And there you have it. Once that's filled into your liking, you know you're good to go. You're gonna go ahead and create a new layer, and you're gonna have a text layer. I'm using Proxmia Nova in white, and I'm just going to type in my text. For this, I used the Font size is 150. It's a little large, but yeah, 150. And here. Now, in order to create this spaced out image, you want to go to this panel, and your spacing is up here. So you could do different spacing for each of the lettering, but that's optional. It's up to you. Then I'm going to create another layer, and this is going to be for the smaller text. So it's going to be right here. I guess I could make it say, music is living out loud. All right. And for this, I'm probably gonna do a 36. I'm going to move this up a little. I don't like how low it's sitting. That looks pretty good. And there you have it. That's how I create this image using my wonderful Musify plugin. My action sets. You could, like I said, once you have this created, what I like to do is clean up my layers panel, creating groups for text. If you're working on a project, this is great because you need your layers panel to be clear and easy to work with. So now I know I have my text here. I have my ellipsis shapes if you have here. And then here in the Musify plugin, I have my other color variations. So you could change this from blue-green to the way it came originally, which also looks pretty amazing. And you can use purple and yellow, blue and aqua, pink and yellow. And you could also turn off the brightness and contrast, depending on how you feel. But I'm going to keep mine on. And that's basically it. This background copy layer was just the background. Just because I like to be safe, you could go ahead and delete that. You don't need that anymore. And that's it. That's how you create this beautiful image using my wonderful action plugin set, stock photos from Adobe, and the Proxmia Nova font. Again, links to these items will be attached below. Go ahead and like my video if you like, and just keep coming back because I have a lot more content coming out. Go ahead and purchase this wonderful plugin on my plugins page. Again, link will be provided below. Thank you for watching. Have a good one.